morning from Windermere, and we are ready to leave the town with heavy heart. It was a beautiful town. Like anyone can spend 2 days, one day for the boating and all, and the next day is just relaxing, walking through the lanes, enjoying the restaurants, enjoying the lake views, no hurry. So you can spend a lot of time as per your wish. But we are going to Glasgow today. But before going to Glasgow, we have a plan to visit one shop at Grasmere that is like 15 miles from here. That is a really famous shop. The shop is like a gingerbread shop. So we'll go there and we'll have some bite, and then we'll go to Glasgow. So let's go. We have reached the gingerbread shop. Sarah Nilsson, who is the founder of this shop, he made this gingerbread that is nothing but a mix of bread and biscuit. So he started this shop in 1854, and since then you can understand it's more than 170 years of journey. So that shop is right there. So there is a queue, so we need to go to wait for that. And there is a famous like Wordsworth grave at the right side. We'll go that also, and let's go. So we are going to famous poet Wordsworth grave. So that just beside the shop. This is the shop, and like this is the way. So this is the daffodil garden. So we are going. It's a completely peaceful area, no sound. I can hear the birds whispering, the breeze, the trees, and so this is the graveyard right in front of me, and this is the graveyard for William Wordsworth and also Mary Wordsworth, his wife. And he used to visit this Grasmere place often, and he used to call this place the fairest place in the earth. So this is the place where he used to stay for a long time in Grasmere. So there are a lot of places, but unfortunately it's Sunday and it's closed for today. So we'll roam around from outside and then we'll go back. This is the Duff Cottage where William Wordsworth used to stay from 1799 to 1808, so 10 years. So this is a very famous place, that's why, and he liked this place, that's why he called this Grasmere as the fairest place in the earth. So we have already visited the graveyard and we are visiting the Duff Cottage. Unfortunately it's not open because of Sunday, but nothing to worry. We are having the warmth, we are having that like historic value of this place. So you can see this is the pathway from where you used to come. So it's written just outside of the cottage. So you can see it here written, the loveliest spot that man have ever found. And it remains open from Tuesday to Saturday 10 AM to 4 PM. Now it's time to go back. We are going to parking and then we'll move to Glasgow. So we have visited the gingerbread shop, William Wordsworth graveyard, his house. So it was nice, like the weather is beautiful, this place is beautiful, so calm and cool. The daffodils are there. So a big thanks to Tanisha, who is my friend, who suggested me to visit this place Grasmere and this shop and the graveyard and all those things. So we planned in the morning and we have come, so many thanks. So couple of suggestions like for this Grasmere and Windermere. So if you are planning for this Lake District, if you are planning for Windermere, so come to Grasmere first and visit all these places, this gingerbread shop, graveyard and Wordsworth house. It will hardly take 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And if it's in summer, enjoy the weather, enjoy the place, have a cup of coffee, a beer, or whatever it is at restaurants, and then move to the Windermere and then take the boat ride and further all these things. If you really like the Wordsworth, and if you are from the literacy background, and if you have a great poetic mind, then you can stay here as well. Like I can see there are a few hotels that is really nice. You can check in Google and you can book and you can stay one day here, because it is a very, very calm place. So it's perfect for like one day tour or one day relaxation. Glasgow is like 26 miles and it will be around 30 minutes. So one point, like the fuel price, like the petrol price are not same in London and Scotland. What I observed, Scotland is little bit more pricier. So, and one more thing, the petrol or diesel price at the service area, like what you get through the in motorways like the highway, is not cheaper. So it's not the same like in city. So right now I have done in 1.66 pound, but in the city I used to get by somewhere 1.46 to 1.55. So just keep in mind that if you are traveling through highway, try to use the fuel from the city so that you will get cheaper. Otherwise it will be little costlier. So we have reached to Glasgow and we have checked in the Leonardo hotel. So this is the hotel, nice one. We have got this room, and let me show the room. So I can see it's a wide double bed. They have kept it bottle queen. The window view is nice. I can see the city and also yeah. Just important update about the parking. Just they told us, like the hotel confirmed me about the parking, like they have the designated parking on the first come first serve basis, and if that is full then they have a designated different parking nearby. But while after coming here, they told us to park at the NCP. NCP is nothing but the national car parking. So it is like a municipal parking by the city Glasgow. So that is not adjacent to the hotel. It's like 200-meter walking from the hotel, and that is a pay parking. It's not a free. The payment is like 1.95 pound per hour. But since I am staying in this hotel, they will give me a 50% discount. So that's a little bit messy thing that happened with me. So I don't like it, because they should have confirmed me this thing before coming, or like before booking, because I particularly asked this question before the booking. Since we are doing the road trip, the parking is a big problem in Europe. So I tried to make sure that everywhere I'm staying should have a good parking facility. But they misjudged me a little bit. So we have to pay the parking. It's like we parked an hour before, so almost we have to pay 15-hour parking charge after having the 50% discount. So just update. So if you get some Airbnb or some other places, those are having the designated parking or adjacent parking, go with that. Or otherwise just check with this hotel before coming about their free parking, because they have the parking. Because I can see they have some guide over in the room, and in the guide they have mentioned about the parking, but unfortunately that is full for today. And since we are staying for just one day, they pushed us smartly to the NCP. I think if they have some parking available, they will keep it for the guests who are staying like 2-3 days or like that. So be careful about this thing. And another thing is like the driving in city or through city a little bit tricky or a little bit complex than the road, like the highway driving, because there are a lot of rules, the lot of demarcations are there. So be prepared with that, or just slow as much as possible, and try to observe the road signs. Don't be rushed, don't violate any rules, because the people driving over this city or driving over the highway, they expect the other drivers are also following the rules. So just be careful about all these things. So we are going to George Square, that's the main city center in Glasgow. So we have a little just opposite my hotel. So anyways, it will be helpful for us. We will take some wine or drinks for night, and also the breakfast for tomorrow morning. So there are a lot of food joints. I can see the KFC, I can see the Pizza Hut and the McD, and just beside the McD the Glasgow Central Station. So those who are planning to cover Glasgow from Edinburgh, I want to highlight, like it's just a 1 hour train journey or like a 1 hour drive from Edinburgh, so people can take that also. So we just found one shop. This is Poundland, and this is like £1, £2, £3 shop. You will get other stuff also, but you will get in cheap rate. So it is recommended for gifting purpose. We often go for different shops for lot of gifts. So you can visit this Poundland, and this is there in all cities of UK, like in London, even in Glasgow, in Edinburgh you will find it. So my wife and my sister-in-law are there in the shop for shopping, and I'm just roaming around outside. So this building is like Gallery of Modern Art. This is closed today because this is Sunday, but on other weekdays it remains open till 5 PM. And we are moving towards the George Square. That's the main square or the main city center of the Glasgow. So now I'm standing in George Square, so you can understand it's a big central location, and you can understand like a city center kind of place. There are lots of shops and buildings around me, and basically like Glasgow has 6 different square, like 6 different similar spaces. So out of 6, this George Square is much more famous, and the other 6 square is like Cathedral Square, St Andrew Square, St Econ Square, Royal Exchange Square, and Blythewood Square. So we will not be covering all the squares because we are having limited time today, because we had visited Grasmere and we lost few times to get the parking. But we'll be trying to cover some other places as well. Let's see. So you can see the Glasgow Queen Street. So this road that is called the Queen Street, on weekdays it remains really busy, but on weekends it's a lot. So right opposite of this George Square there is a big restaurant or bar, you can say. They have open seating, they have craft beer also. I went inside and I checked personally, they have wide variety of craft beer. So if you are a beer lover, you can go and enjoy it. So this big building is a city chamber building. That's a kind of municipal building, and it's a 18th century building, so you can understand how old it is. We are going through the Ingram Street, and we can see one bank, so we can understand how the structure is. Like all European cities are having this type of structure, and this old heritage structure. So we are passing through the Ingram Street, and this beautiful graffiti wall came through. Like in Glasgow, this graffiti is quite famous. Like when we are coming to hotel, then also I found few walls that is filled with graffiti. So we are going to High Street. We are just roaming around in the city. As per our timing, we won't have much time, majorly like 1.5 or more, because it's already 8. So we'll be visiting High Street and then we'll go back to the hotel with roaming the other street. So this is the crossing of George Street and this is the High Street. So if we go this side, there will be the Glasgow Cathedral, but since it's Sunday, so Cathedral is closed. We checked in Google, so we are not going that side. We'll be going back to George Square and then back to hotel. But before that, let me show, like there is a beautiful graffiti based on some astronauts or some astronomical activity right in front of me. And there is another graffiti on this wall. It looks like a mother is taking her baby. So as I told, like this whole city is full of graffiti, and many buildings are there. Those are like 18th or 19th century buildings, so we can understand how old these are. But all are beautifully maintained, that I must say. So I'm back to George Square again. We started from here and we moved along the Ingram Street, then High Street, then George Street. So we saw beautiful architectural buildings, we saw the roads, we visited the graffiti, and it's done for today. We will back to hotel in next 1 hour and we'll have a little dinner. So tomorrow I will have a long day because we'll be going through the Scottish Highland, and it will be around 2.5 hour drive from here. We'll start around 8. So please be with me and take care and be happy. Bye bye.